So today's video is about extending my kit, and I'm going to try to put all this Casein material into this tiny little tablet bag. We'll see how that goes. Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Bruce at habowskistudio. Today's video is going to be about, I'm just hanging out on my porch. I'm shooting with a new GoPro today. I've updated my GoPro, had some issues with my other one, and this has more controls, and here we are. So we'll see how it does. And the plan today is to expand my capabilities for plein air ideas, and I'm going to show you my regular kit. And the plan with that tablet case is to be able to have options, like if I spend some time doing oil painting on site, and then I'm like, hey, you know what, I got 20 minutes or something, let me just do a quick another little color note study, and then try out the Casein paints. We'll see how that goes, and thanks for joining me. Oh, and we may have some commentary during certain clips, but right now she's sleeping. Okay, my normal kit is pretty much this. We have just a backpack with the gear inside, typical things, brushes, and little extra selection of panels. Some get stored in my Gorilla Box, and then my Gorilla Box tripod. Now, the plan is to strap this tablet case, once I find out how to pack everything out in a more efficient manner, and I can either, carry it like a little purse, so to speak, or strap it onto the backpack. It's really not going to be that big. So let's get into it. Okay, now one thing you guys didn't see in the little bit of Casein gear that I have is of course, the tripod. I'm going to be using the tripod that I'll be filming with today, which is very lightweight. But I'm going to try this idea without getting wrapped up in the, what would you call it, the whole palette idea that James Gurney uses. Everyone knows who he is, and I've just been kind of inspired by his gouache and Casein paintings on YouTube. But the only time I might use tripod, maybe if I have the opportunity, is for like a little shade or something. The plan is maybe just use a stool, sit on a rock, something like that, and hope for the best. Kind of new at the Casein painting, as you all know if you watch my channel for a period of time, and it's a learning curve, and I'm going to try to go as far as I can without using some kind of glare thing to reduce sunlight. And of course, if you have direct sunlight, I anticipate the paint, which it already does, dries pretty fast. So with that said, that's a whole nother video down the line when I actually get out there and do something. But for today, it's going to be all about gear and packing a kit. So let's get to it. Okay, as you saw before, we have my box of Casein paints. There might be, I can't remember, it's been a while. I think there might be a couple gouache. Nope, this is all Casein. So that's good. And of course, usually most people take a bottled water or something with them, so that'll be my water for my cup. A little spritzer bottle in case I need to do anything typical with this type of work and watercolor and such. Everyone knows about that probably. And oh, here's my other kit. I'm not going to open it up because I'm going to try to avoid this for now and just work with the Casein paint. But this is my what do you call it, the gouache, and that little blue box is my portable Winsor & Newton watercolor kit. It's kind of cool. And then we have, these were recommended on the Gurney channel, so I went out and got a set. Here we have the brushes there. I'll be taking those, and a little selection. I might just try these just to keep the kit as light as possible, but I have some others in here. And I'm going to try to avoid that for right now. Okay, so, and over here, if I'm in the studio or something, I might use this cup. You can see how it's kind of has the little dimples in it. That's to hold your brushes. And what's nice, it also collapses. So, I don't remember where I got this. I think it was Jerry's Artorama or something, but see that? It's like a camping cup. So if you looked up this price and it seems kind of pricey, I can't remember how much I paid, you can just go to Walmart and get you the same idea in a camping cup. There you go. Pops out same way. These are a dime a dozen nowadays. So you can do either or. And this actually compacts smaller than this. You can see, let me show you, side-by-side comparison. There you go. So for me, I'm going to go with the red because I'm all about space saving. Okay, and for the sketchbooks, I have this little, I think it's, I want to say 8x8. You can probably find it on Jerry's Artorama. I'll try to find the brand name, but I use these wide rubber bands. You can get them at any office supply store to keep the books closed, and to use like when you have the paper open might be useful. But I also have these tiny little clips, so you can buy them all day long at home improvement stores, multi-packs or singly, very cheap. Got like 4 of those, might only need 2 because I don't have the rubber bands. And then this is the sketchbook. I'm not going to take it apart right now. More of a landscape format. And it's the Pentalic that Gurney recommends. And so once I get into it, when I do it, this isn't about like showing the paper and talking about the paper and stuff. This is all about gear kit stuff. So we'll cover those when I do an actual video on using the paper. Okay, obviously everyone's choices for gear is going to be different. This is just my kit right now, and being brand new, like with the Casein painting, what do I know? I'm not an expert, but this is with recommendations from other channels of that type of medium. I already had some like watercolor brushes I can use for Casein, so I did incorporate some of that. I'm a little familiar with water media and things, but still have a lot to learn. This is only going to be a general recommendation, and because mostly I'll be doing the oil painting, but I wanted something a little more opaque to mess around with. And Casein, I've tried gouache before, and seems like if you're not real careful, you disturb under layers, even though I like the look of gouache, and that's why I like Casein, because it does have a sort of a matte finish, which I enjoy. And now let's see how it works putting everything into kit. Okay, let's start with the most important, I feel, important item that we need to consider for the kit is what colors are we going to take. So I'm going to lay all mine out and show you what choices I have to pick from, and then go from there. Okay, here's my bucket of colors, and we're just going to start laying them out. Try to keep them somewhat, the yellows together, so when I go to select what I'm actually going to take, I'll have a better idea of what to pick from. So put the related colors together. Try to. It's not that critical. You can still poke through it, but it will make it a little easier when I have it all laid out. Okay, here's what I have laid out. And I also have in here a couple extra rubber bands because they do tend to dry out over time. And let's go over the colors. Now, if I remember right, when I bought these, I bought a basic set. I think it was their landscape set, and it contained certain colors. I can't remember what those are now. And then I bought extras. But I'm just going to pan along here. Try to read them off in case you can't see them. From right to left here. Cad yellow medium, cad yellow light, yellow ochre, cadmium orange, shiva green, parentheses, phthalo, light red, shiva rose, burnt sienna, shiva, someone correct me, ultramarine blue deep, titanium, burnt umber, raw umber, ivory black, titanium white. Now, with the color thing, it's going to be very personal to everybody, but for me, I tend to paint more naturalistically, and I'll probably go, what I'm going to try for, let's see, hold on a second, I have 15 colors. I have 15 colors to choose from, and I'm going to try with the kit to get it down to And I'm kind of arbitrarily picking here. I know some colors I normally use 3-color palette plus white and black, but I'm gonna go and see if I can get 7 in the bag, and we'll see. Okay, ended up with 9. We'll see how that goes. Let me show you. Okay, here are my choices. I'm of course taking white and black, burnt umber. I love burnt umber. And such, it plays well with all the colors in my oil painting kind of escapades. Then some Shiva, someone correct me again, violet. And then I only have one kind of brightish red, the rose there. Then you got burnt sienna, ultramarine blue, cad yellow light, cad yellow medium. Now this is kind of the palette that I would normally use for oil painting, so I'm kind of used to the expectations of what the color might do. Here's what I'm not taking. Light red, cad orange, the green, the phthalo, which I'll probably, I don't know, we'll see how that goes. And the raw umber, and down here I have an extra tube of titanium white, and then there's a yellow ochre, which I love yellow ochre, but we're trying to be low-key kit here, so. Okay, here's what has to fit in the kit. I'm hoping for the best. We'll find out. Again, I don't have prices for these. I apologize. It's been a while since I bought them, but now let's try to fit it in. But just be careful when you're putting your brushes back in here that you don't, like, I would even maybe just dampen, just a hint. You don't want it too wet because you don't want to create mold. Tuck that in there, get everything ready. I'm going with this sketch pad because it's a landscape format, and if I want something square, I can rule off something square. Oh, that's another thing I don't have here. I apologize, but pencil, ruler, small little 6-inch, some painter's tape. So I am going to have to get that stuff too. I'm not sure how I forgot it. Sorry about that. But let's get this in here first, and then we'll go from there, because I may have to take a couple tubes out. Sometimes we just forget stuff. I don't know what to tell you. I thought I had everything for the video, but it's just tape, pencils, and ruler. I don't see that as being a big deal. You don't have to use tape. I mean, if you really want to old school it, use anything for a straight edge, you know what I mean? I can use the edge of the brush case, so think outside the box. Okay, let's get back to it. Again, one extra rubber band. And here's the bag. Keep the tags, just in case. Here we go. Obviously, I'll put the sketch pad back here. I wonder if it's going to go in the back pocket. And nope, not quite wide enough. I mean, the pocket's not quite wide enough. And every tablet case may be structured a little differently, but I like the petiteness of this. So anyway, just stick that in there. It doesn't really matter. Okay. Now we got our camping cup. There we go. Let's put that in here somewhere. Well, I'm going to keep that to the side for right now. Go for the bigger, flatter items. That seems a good spot right here in the front. Uh-oh. I can see right off. Oh, no. Oh, barely fits. Barely fits. I might be able to still get the zipper up. Ugh. That's too bad. Well, let's keep putting stuff in here. Get the cup. Spritzer bottle, definitely going to need that, especially if you're in warmer temps. Let me go ahead and put my extra rubber band in with the cup. Matter of fact, I think I'll go ahead and stick I don't want to crowd. I'd rather take an extra tube of paint than too many of these. So let's hope 2 works. It's going to take a couple uses to hone in, just like backpackers do with stuff. Here's the tubes. Just kind of going to be randomly in here. You could get a little Ziploc bag, I suppose, but then, I don't know. We'll just see how it goes. Looks like it'll line up pretty nice. See that? Let's see if I can get it up in the GoPro here. Right there. Seems like I'm in view. See that? Just kind of lining them up. Might not seem practical for easeability of getting them out, figuring out what colors you need. I suppose if you were really into it, you could find labels to label the top of the tubes. But really, I mean, I'm not going to be that into it. So, okay, looks like we got all the paint in there. Hey, there you go. Is it heavy? It's not a feather. And weight can be a consideration for some people, but I'm just going to try this kit, carry it with my paints, and see what happens. There it is. Here's what I got going on. Still not too bad. I just noticed too on the back of the kit there is a little pocket here. So I could see putting a couple pencils or a little ruler in there. It still isn't too bad. You can see hand width. It's probably about 4 inches thick. Yeah, you could probably lighten the load, but I'm gonna give it a go. Okay everybody, this concludes the video and I hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you're new watching for the first time, I hope you decide to subscribe. I'd really like that, and I think you'd find good content going on the channel. If you do so, be sure to hit the bell notification icon. It'll let you know when I post new stuff. I think I got a pretty good little kit to play around with. Like anything, if you're a backpacker, you know the deal. You're always going through your gear, trying things out, and there's always common things that run through the whole gear change. And you're always trying out new things, so I hope these ideas help. Some of them, of course, I was inspired by other channels, so that's the way it works. And you know, we're not an island. We get ideas from everybody, and if you have any comments or ideas of your own, especially if you work in Casein, like you have pretty good experience with it, I'd love to hear your ideas and let me know. I think I mentioned it super fast in the video, but you only saw the little spritzer bottle of water. Like I mentioned, if you're hiking or doing anything outdoors or just in general, most people have a bottle of water. So that's not a big deal. I take that when I go out in the woods or whatever to have something to wet my whistle. So hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to hit that thumbs up. Helps the YouTube channel because, I don't know, YouTube's algorithm loves that. So, until the next video, see you later.